Yesterday, I spent some time finishing up the Couples Therapy podcast with Kyle and her husband, Fish. And I'm going to be honest with you guys, I was sad it ended.
You were?
It was so interesting. There were so many things. You know, there's the funness and whatever, but there were some serious gems in there that I was like, holy smokes. In fact, at one point, just a few minutes ago, I was on my Instagram and I literally got a DM from Kayla, and what she brought up on the DM was exactly what I was going to bring up just now. So I called her and I said, can you jump on the air with us? Kayla, good morning.
Good morning, John Jay.
Hey, so what did you think of the Couples podcast?
I thought Kyle and Fish were amazing, and I sent you a message because they were talking about Kyle being a bonus parent, which I've known for, I've listened to the show for a long time, so I've known she's a bonus mom, but like they mentioned in the podcast, it's not something that she talks about on the air very often, which I highly respect. And just the way that they brought up this conversation on the podcast was great. And I myself am a bonus mom to kids that are 27 and almost 21. And just hearing her talk about them and just the mutual respect between her and Fish and how she entered the marriage with his kids and just how she talked about them and just respecting their boundaries. It just, honestly, I've always loved Kyle, but it just gave me a whole new level of respect, and it kind of makes me tear up thinking about it. But just being a stepmom myself, I really value that. So I really appreciated you talking about that.
Oh, that's so nice. Thank you. You're going to make me tear up.
Yeah.
I wanted to say the same thing, but just not as eloquently as her. I was like, it was really cool, the stepmom part. That's what I was going to say.
Stepmom part, yep.
In fact, I got to tell you, Kayla, I don't know about you guys, but it made me want stepkids.
What?
How so? So that you could not talk about them?
Right.
All right, Kayla, drive safe. Thank you so much for listening. Thanks for shooting us a DM.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing, Kyle.
Thank you. Thank you for listening. It's so funny. Scott and I were like, nobody's going to download this.
Oh, no, it's real good. It's real good.
It's very nice.
I just think it's nice to hear how you guys talk, because you're a different person in here than you were on that podcast. But we know both sides of you, but it's still cool to hear that wife-mom side come out, too. I think it's really cool.
Thanks, Richard.
Yeah, and there's other things in the podcast I'm going to bring up throughout the next couple of days that I was like, wow, that's interesting. Oh, wow. Why hasn't she brought that up on the show? So anyway, you can shoot us a text. If you get it, first of all, to get the podcast, you go to wherever our on-demand podcast is. So like yesterday, I went to go listen to it, and the show is already up. Like today's show will be up. So you got to scroll down the Couples podcast, and you can find the most recent episode. Couples Therapy podcast. Yeah. Anyway, and it's really good. But now I think we shift gears, because you know how I was talking about last week, how like I went to Starbucks and I got free coffee.
Yeah.
And I was so excited because I had enough stars to get the free coffee. There's just something about that, getting something for free, that's so exciting. And I think something like that happened to Peyton.
Yeah, so yesterday I got on Instagram and I saw that Chipotle had posted a screenshot of this article, how if you wear a hockey jersey into one of their U.S. locations, you can get a buy one, get one free if you're wearing this hockey jersey. And I had no idea that the NHL, the hockey championships are going on right now, so I think this was like a collaboration. And I was like, okay, I love Chipotle. Also, like, buy one, get one free. Like, how much better can that get? And I'm like, do I have a hockey jersey? And I'm thinking, I don't have a hockey jersey. And then I remembered I do have a hockey jersey, but it's a hockey jersey that I got at the SZA concert. So it's a SZA hockey jersey.
Oh, that's
it's not
cool.
like a real...
I feel like that has to count.
I would think so. It has like a little logo that has like little hockey sticks crossing. I was like, this is perfect. Let's go to Chipotle. So we get in the car, Kadeem and I, and we're driving to Chipotle, and there's no jerseys in sight. I'm like, oh my gosh, like, is it April Fool's? Like, I'm confused. How come there's no jerseys in here? Anyways, long story short, I got my free Chipotle.
All right. They acknowledge SZA as a hockey team?
They acknowledge SZA.
Well, they said hockey jersey, and you were wearing a hockey jersey.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought, though, I was like, I told, like, sometimes I feel like Chipotle can be a little stingy, you know, like with their portion sizes and their guac,
Extra
you know.
guac.
You know.
Yeah, I
Especially
know.
when they put the spoon in sideways, kind of. You know, when they let when they take the spoon and they put it on the bowl, and it kind of Like they don't put like I want a scoop.
Yeah, you know what I
You know what I
mean?
mean? Like scoop it in. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like
and then you
that's-
have to decide whether you're going to ask for double meat depending on the spoon size.
Exactly.
Right.
Exactly. So I thought that maybe they would give me a hard time, but nope. $12 for 2.
That's
yesterday.
amazing.
Yeah.
So amazing.
The only
That's a lot
issue-
of food for $12.
I know.
The only issue I have with your story is why you didn't like group chat. Hey, you guys on the show. If you have a hockey jersey, buy one, get one, because I have a hockey jersey. I would have thrown it on.
Is it just yesterday, or
I
is
think
it
it
also
was
this
just
month because of the
I mean,
or these couple
the
weeks
playoffs.
while the playoffs are going on?
They just started. You'd think they'd keep it going.
Honestly, that's a good question.
We're still in round one.
I don't know. I thought it might be just yesterday. But as I was talking to Kadeem, I was like, well, the NBA playoffs are going on. Are they going to do something like this for the NBA playoffs? And we came to the resolution that probably not, because I think there's a lot more NBA fans than there are NHL fans. So I feel like
That's an interesting debate that I don't want to get into.
yeah.
they would give away too many
That's what I'm
free
saying. Like,
Chipotle.
they would lose a lot of money, I feel like, if they did it
Did
for
you
the
have
NBA.
to show the screenshot, or do they know?
They knew.
Oh,
I didn't
that's
even have to say, hey, I'm here for the free thing.
Oh, that's
they
impressive.
Just ringed me right up. It was so exciting.
Oh, but you said, hey, they just saw you with the jersey, and they were like, buy one, get one free.
Yep.
Like if you didn't know and you were wearing a hockey jersey and you showed up there, because there's a guy here that wears a hockey jersey
Yeah,
every day.
yeah, uh-huh.
If he went to Chipotle, they'd give him one, buy one,
yeah,
get one free, and they'd
He'd be like,
be
"Well, lucky day."
what's up? Fascinating.
It was great.
Congratulations, Peyton. Again, the Couples Therapy Podcast. You go to wherever you get podcasts. You search for John, Jane, Rich on demand. And the most recent one, you'll scroll down, is Kyle and Fish. And it's a really, really good podcast. Good stuff about relationships, how they work through things, how Kyle deals with frustration, which we got some text messages on that we got to bring up. Lots of stuff. Peyton, what is the vibe for horoscopes?
I'm going to tell you what your go-to Delulu daydream is based on your zodiac sign. And if it's your birthday today, you are a Taurus. We're officially in Taurus season. And you share a birthday with Jack Nicholson, Amber Heard, Machine Gun Kelly, and Marshawn Lynch.
You saying it's your go-to Delulu what?
Daydream. Like the things
Okay.
that you just daydream about in the middle of your work week, that is a delusion.
Okay. I told you guys I had the dream about refried beans the other day. So I Googled it, and ChatGPT told me to make a burrito.
Oh, really? That's
You might be hungry.
Dion, good morning. You're on the air.
Good morning. I'm a Leo.
I'm a Leo too, Dion. Okay, so our Delulu daydream, we imagine getting discovered in the most random place like a CVS or a Walgreens, and suddenly we're starring in a film, walking red carpets, and being interviewed about our humble beginnings. We've also practiced our Oscar speech in our head a million times.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, this is so valid for me.
Yeah.
All right, Dion, thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Dion.
Yeah, that hits with Peyton, right?
Yeah.
Rachel, good morning. What's your sign?
Good morning. I'm a Capricorn like Grant.
Yes, okay, Grant is also our Capricorn. That's right. Capricorns, your Delulu daydream, you imagine becoming a millionaire from a side hustle that you started just to be petty. Now you're out here rejecting Forbes interviews because you're booked and emotionally unavailable, and it's giving revenge success arc for my Caps.
Show me that money.
Exactly.
I'm hoping to be a hundredaire at some point. I dream big, guys.
Thanks, Rachel.
Thanks, guys.
What's up, Mike?
Good morning, rolling with you, John Jay. Virgos.
Virgo. Okay, John Jay and Mike, you've got the Delulu daydream where you ghost the entire world and move to a cabin in the woods with perfect Wi-Fi. No one's bothering you, but your exes mysteriously keep sending handwritten letters begging for closure, and you never respond because you're too busy being the emotionally unavailable main character in your own cinematic universe.
not a daydream. That's his goals for the next 5 years.
You know, I was watching that 1923, and this guy, Spencer, there's a point, like, you know, he's in Africa and it takes place in 1923, and he has a stack of letters that he has open from his aunt, and the girlfriend or the fiance is like, why haven't you read these? And he gives his long excuse, and I'm like, I totally get it. I would never open them. It
It's like it gives people hope. If
handwritten
you got
letters.
hope, you get in trouble.
All right, Mike, drive safe, dude. Thanks for calling in.
Thank you. Have a blessed day, you guys.
You too. What do you got for Libras?
Kyle or Libra, you're fully booked in your daydream. Rooftop dates, maybe even matching tattoos, your vacation content going viral. You picture yourself as that aesthetic couple everyone follows but secretly hates for being too perfect. That's you.
Maybe one day.
Yeah. And then it just reminds me of that amazing video that you and Scott and your two friends made that went viral on Instagram.
That Scott didn't ever
The
want to do,
pajama dance?
and now he refuses to make another one. And I said, if we go on a trip this summer, we're making another one.
You have to. It did insane numbers.
What do you got for Pisces?
Yeah, Richie, Pisces, you fully live in a daydream where your soulmate saw you once at Starbucks and has been writing songs about you ever since. You've already imagined the album and the interview where they called you their muse. Their muse.
That is so spot on.
It's almost creepy. I know.
All right, if we didn't get to your sign, they're all posted on our website, johnjaneRich.com. Yesterday, I went to Netflix, and the number one show on Netflix is a show called Ransom Canyon. Has anyone started watching it yet?
Yeah.
No, because I feel like, it seems like it's a Yellowstone ripoff,
It is
right?
not.
It is.
not.
It's
it is
not?
too.
It totally looks like that.
How far are you in?
If like Yellowstone were Virgin River, maybe, because
What-
it's very sincere. It's not very.
What does that mean, very sincere?
Like it's like, you know how Virgin River's like a nice show to watch.
I
It's
haven't
like,
watched Virgin River. My sister's friend wrote it, but I have not
Yeah,
watched
it's
it.
all pretty. It's like nice things happen. Nothing bad happens. So it's kind of like, they show a lot of country line dancing and people loving America, which is kind of okay.
Have you watched it?
I watch it in passing.
Okay, I watched it. I watched the first episode, and to me, it is it pulls from Yellowstone, right?
Well, in the
guy-
description, it even says like 3 ranchers fighting for their land,
Yes,
and I'm like,
which
isn't that Yellowstone?
That's Yellowstone.
Well, that is
yeah.
Yellowstone.
Yeah.
And then they want to put a pipe through this guy's land, and he's like, I'm not going to do it. And he's fighting with a rich guy that wants to. I mean, it is definitely like Yellowstone's a hit. How are we going to copy it? But so I'm watching the first episode, and I'm like, this is so stupid. Because it is stupid. And then also I'm like, I need more.
It roped you in.
Like Josh Duhamel, the first,
Oh, he's cool
I
looking.
paused it 5 minutes in. And in 5 minutes, the first 5 minutes, Josh Duhamel, you find out that his wife died 2 years earlier. His wife's brother, so his brother-in-law, is a rich man and buys Josh Duhamel's son like a Mustang for his 16th birthday. And he's, and the son is a jerk. Like, you don't like the son at all. This is in 5 minutes. And then he says to the son, he goes, you're going to give that car back to your uncle tomorrow morning. And then the son says, I wish it would have been you that died.
Whoa.
And the son takes off, right? This is less than 5 minutes in. And then 5 minutes in, the son dies in a car accident driving too fast, right?
Oh my gosh.
And now it's 2 years later, right? And all this happens in the first 5 minutes. Then there's a lone drifter who's really good looking and takes his shirt off in front of a girl for no reason and then puts the shirt back on. Like, there's all these silly scenes in it, but then it adds up to like, oh my God, this is so good. But it is Yellowstone, so obviously you didn't get as far as I got.
I think what I mean is like it's not as intense as Yellowstone. It's like seems more laid back than that, or it seems more kitschy.
Oh, I get why it's number one. So anyway, time for Stacks and Hacks. I have Stacks information, and Rich has life hacks. My ears just popped. Did you hear that? Mm-hmm.
No, I did not hear your ears pop.
Mine did. 31% of Americans hang on to old devices because they aren't sure what to do with them. 20% of people do throw them away. Others try to sell them, and some give to friends and family or donate them. I have so many of my old phones. So many. I don't know
I've got
why.
a handful of them too. It kind of comes in handy sometimes, like when I give Easton his haircuts, and I just let him like watch a video while I'm doing the haircut, and then he doesn't complain. Comes in handy.
But my daughter was home this weekend, and she was looking for her classic. Remember the little square iPod Touches?
Yeah, the
That have,
nanos.
Yeah, the nanos. And we found it, and she plugged it in, and she's like, "Wow, lots of Tayo Cruz."
A new study found that more than 99% of dogs in the United States have behavioral problems like aggression, separation and attachment issues, fear and anxiety, and pooing or peeping inside. Yes, 99% of dogs. That's pretty much everybody. Mm-hmm. Two sisters gave an eyewitness account after a carjacker caused a deadly crash in Australia. Did you see this video?
No.
Okay, they're identical twins. The interview has gone viral because they talk in unison when telling the story. It's pretty damn fascinating.
And one guy, he was up there with our mum. He went up there and he was coming back down towards us. And he goes, run, he's got a gun. And our heart started to pound. And I said, well, Mum, where's Mum? And poor Mum was stuck up there. But apparently our brave Mum, she goes, are you all right? Because he had all blood all over his face. And he goes, I'll shoot you. She goes, hey, I'm here to help.
Isn't it wild?
That's trippy. That's that twin telepathy right there.
For sure.
Or it very sounds like chunks of Kyle and Fish's podcast. That's the same
A little
thing.
echo.
Yeah. Okay, Rich, this is for you. Rich fills in for, what's the guy's name?
George Norrie.
On Coast to Coast. It's a nationally syndicated, what would you call that show? What's the theme?
I think it's a conspiracy show, but it's on late at night.
So, some guy who's been abducted by aliens put out a list of 5 signs you can tell that you've been abducted by aliens. I don't know if you interviewed this guy. His name is Philip Kinsella. You ever heard of him?
I have not.
This is how you can tell if you've been abducted. There's bumps under your skin. He claims aliens often leave implants under your skin. They'll show up on x-rays. They can be small as a grain of rice. Nosebleeds. He said he has random nosebleeds 2 years after he was abducted. Strange flashbacks. You might start remembering bits and pieces of memories your brain blocked out. Missing time. Like you thought you went for a 20-minute walk and you found out you've been gone for hours. And psychic powers. Philip claims that reptiles that took him somehow opened up his mind and left him with supernatural abilities.
That's cool.
He now makes a living as a psychic medium. So those are 5 signs you can tell. Also, I think if you take mushrooms, you have those same 5 signs.
Here we go.
What? Yeah.
What are you guys talking about? I heard some keywords here that I want to get into.
You've been abducted by aliens.
Dude, I've been abducted many times this week, brother. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like aliens would fly up and see Grant and keep moving.
Here's another one. People on social media are talking about the things that we are 100% brainwashed into believing that we need. Like fabric softener. It says we don't need fabric softener.
We don't?
Gobs of toothpaste. We don't need to carry a water bottle around and drink water all day. I don't think you need to, but I like to because I like to stay hydrated. You don't need a replacement. You can fix stuff. You don't always need to get another one. We don't need a gender reveal. You don't need a new phone every year, no matter the price. We're just so used to it, you know? You don't need plastic surgery, it says. You don't need super white teeth.
I mean, we're going to protest a few of these.
You don't need social media. You don't need expensive weddings, expensive funerals. And the number one thing they said we don't need is an endless stream of clothes and accessories to follow every trend. We don't need those. Did you know that long before Pope Francis became a holy man, that he was a bouncer at a nightclub in Buenos Aires?
No. Really?
It's wild.
I know, it's so wild.
Like, think about if you used to work with him.
Right.
Or you got kicked out of the club by him. Like, what?
That guy picked me out of the club.
Get out of my club.
This blows me away that you see the new rule the Academy Award made?
No.
Yes.
Academy Award made a new rule that members are required to watch all nominated films in each category before voting.
Right.
How is that not like already mandatory?
That should be a rule.
That's a given. And it's like, I saw all the comments. It was like, no wonder why Amelia Perez won so many awards because they didn't watch any of the other movies.
Nah, they just got the campaign.
Guys, I was a panelist for the Austin Film Festival this year, and I watched 2 movies, and I gave up. I was like, this sucks. And I watched 2 short documentary movies, and I was like,
well, that's right
I
up your
could not
alley.
imagine watching every movie that came out. That's awful.
I know.
No, thank you.
But it should be mandatory if you're going to
sure.
vote.
It has to be.
Or you say, I watched this movie, I can vote in this movie, or whatever category. What do you got for life hacks, Rich?
All right, so this hack about how to know when somebody is lying to you really only works with like the people that you're closest with. So in other words, if you don't know people that don't know you have no problem lying to you with really good results. They can just pull the wool over your eyes. But the people that are close to you, pay attention to this. When somebody's telling you a story and starting to explain something, if their hands get really still, it's because their brain is working so hard to keep their story straight that they're going to like not move very much. But if somebody's emphatic and going, okay, we went here and went there, and they're talking a lot with their hands, they're probably telling you the truth. Now, don't share this. Just keep your eyes open on the people that you think are telling you a tall tale and see if you can bust them. This is just for you. This life hack and many more can be found at johnjandrich.com.
It's John J. and Rich. Shoot us a text JJR, whatever you want to say, to the number 96893. I listened to all of the couples therapy podcasts with Kyle and her husband Fish, and there was a couple things that I wanted to highlight that I thought were incredible. And then when I got to our text line, there was Kim sent a text. I called because Kim's text was exactly what I wanted to bring up this morning's version of it. And I just called Kim. She's about to take her kids to school. I said, Kim, can you wait so we can talk to you on the air? Good morning, Kim.
Good morning.
Kim and Levine, by the way. But anyway, Kim, so let's get into your text.
Yeah, so when I was listening to the podcast, all of them have been so great, but Kyle's just hit me because hiding in your car, like that hits my soul. Like I have tried to hide so many times in my room and everyone is banging on the door. Mom, what are you doing? Can I come in? Like, no, I'm trying to watch White Lotus. Get out. Like, I need 5 minutes. And, like, I never thought of, like, hiding my car. That's where my husband goes to hide, is the garage. Why am I not thinking the same thing? And it just, like, I was like, yes, it so resonated with my life.
That's so funny. As you know, though, it didn't work. They still found me.
That's what you got to hide.
Find you anywhere.
You got to, on your way home, I used to park under a tree on the way home just to have some peace.
Yeah, but then what do you do, like, when you're already home and everyone's already there? You just need a minute.
I know.
So true.
Hi, Kim. Thank you so much for calling in and sharing your text with us.
Yeah, of course. Thank you, guys.
Thanks, Kim.
Go. The kids will still make it in time. They'll still make it in time. Yeah. Yeah, I thought that was so funny because when I was listening to the podcast, you draw the way you paint the picture of the story. I LOL'd out loud the way you're like, you got to put the seat back, but it's like you're trying
really slow.
You just want to disappear, but you can't, so the kids can find you. It's so funny. But I also like the way that you acknowledge that I have to go away or I'm going to lose my ish on people. Like I need to go in darkness or whatever.
You just need a minute. You know what I mean? Like when life gets frustrating and you know your breaking point is about to be reached, you have to like have those coping methods. Like I just gotta get out of this situation. Otherwise, there's going to be an explosion.
You're
it's
smart.
It's not going to be pretty.
Most of us have the explosion. We go, a few days later, you're like, that wasn't good.
I mean, not to say that doesn't happen sometimes, too.
Yeah.
Hi, Lee.
Hi, yes, good morning.
Hi, good morning. What's going on?
It is my 45th birthday today.
Happy birthday!
Yeah, and I'm just wanted to call you guys because I listen to you all the time, and I'm in Denver with my best friend, and we were laughing because we're not old. We woke up this morning. We had massages at the Four Seasons yesterday.
Sweet.
And we woke up and we justified it because we're 45, but we're sore because of the massages, not because we're old.
There you go.
Hi, Lee. Have a great day. Happy birthday. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, guys. Love you guys. Okay, bye.
Bye-bye. All right, Peyton, so what's your dilemma?
And it's a big dilemma. I mean, at least in my world right now, because I'm a notorious procrastinator, but I thought I was doing good this time. So I'm going to this wedding on Friday, and it's for one of my, like old friends from high school. We played basketball together, and we kind of stay connected. I low-key got, like, the last-second invite because someone dropped out of the wedding, but it's fine. Like, I'm just glad to be there. Open bar, you know, it's going to be a good time. But actually, one of my best friends, her name's Peyton, it's spelled the same way. Anyways, she's the maid of honor. And so I texted her, I'm like getting ready for this wedding, and I had ordered these 2 adorable dresses. They're like this like sage greenish color, and I was going for Princess Tiana vibes, right? Because the wedding, it's supposed to be like spring colors and floral, and I'm like, okay, green, perfect. So I texted my friend Peyton, who is the maid of honor, and I was like, hey, just curious, because I still have to get Kadeem's outfit. What's the bridal party wearing? Because I don't want for him to be matching the bridal party. And she texts me back. She's like, different shades of green. And I was like, there's no way. Like, there's no way that you're having my color of dress in this bridal party. I don't know why I thought I was, like, immune to having a dress that matches everyone else. Like, I was worried about Kadeem. I wasn't thinking about me. And so now I'm in this situation where I have to find a new dress because I can't match the bridal party. Like, that's weird, right?
I mean, you're not, if they're wearing different shades of green, I guarantee there's going to be other people in green if it's like springy colors.
But I sent screenshots to my friend and she was like, yeah, get a new dress.
Oh, really?
Okay.
And so I'm like,
yes.
Well, you have it
Okay,
then.
there's your sign.
I don't want to match anybody. Like, so I'm like, I don't want to have the same dress as someone. So it's not like I can just go on Amazon and find a dress because I bet you a million people have dresses from Amazon. My dresses weren't from Amazon.
You know you want to steal the thunder away from the bride and the bridal party.
No,
You're a Leo. You just said Leo is his main star energy.
I don't want to be the star of that wedding.
Yeah, but also, you know, also another way of looking at it is that you got invited because someone else dropped out. So you're like, they might not even notice you. You're like going to be at the loser table.
No, people notice Peyton.
It's possible. No, it's people, it's a girl I went to high school with. And so I know she was a year older than me, so I'm going to know a lot of people there. They just aren't my age. Like, they won't be like my friends.
Isn't there like a small part of you, though, that regrets even texting, asking, because you would never have known, and then you would have just showed up and you'd be like, oh, I guess I kind of like fit in with the bridal party. But at least, like, if those are the colors the bride likes, at least, like, it's more a part of her wedding.
Yeah, I hear you.
But now that you know, it's kind of like,
I've heard you're not supposed to wear red or white.
Right.
Like everything else is fair game.
I just feel like
but
it
it's funny
shouldn't
that
match the bridal.
But it's funny that you sent the text because you're worried about Kadim's outfit. I mean, the guy's outfit. And no one's going to go, that guy's dressed just like the bridal party.
What's he
But
doing
the
with a
girl,
suit? A
oh
dark
my God,
suit.
that green tie matches that green. Like, it's so weird.
I don't know why I thought that.
That's so weird.
So
like, what was he going to do? Does he have a green suit? Like, what do you think he was going to wear?
I thought he was going to wear, like if they were going to wear khaki suits, like, I wouldn't have him wear khaki pants. I would have him wear, like, blue pants.
Like, if they wore khaki suits and he had great khaki pants, you think people would be going, look at that guy's pants. He matches the wedding. Oh, my God. Like a green dress and the bridal party being a green dress, I can see them going, oh, my God. Oh, how funny you match.
I don't think guys do. I feel like if I walked into that wedding and didn't know the colors and I was matching, I would want to go and change.
Well, at least you know it now. You're not going to have that situation.
Yeah, but now she's got the perfect dress.
It's so
She
cute.
was Tiana-ing up the whole night.
It's so cute, too.
I think
It's so
I
cute.
think you just wear it.
No, I'm not wearing it.
Do you
I
have the
need to
same
find
dress
new
in a different color?
I don't think it'll get here in time.
Oh, no.
Like, I didn't get them off Amazon, so it's not like I have, like, 2-day shipping. So I'm like,
You should make an Instagram post and say, should I wear this? Should I not wear it? Just for
What are your other? Do you have any other color options besides that green? Like
Nope.
what's another
I
spring
was
color
set
that?
on the green. But I think I would wear yellow, but I'm a little too pale to wear yellow right now. So I have no color. I have no idea what color I'm going to wear. Anyway.
That's tough. That is tough.
And it's such a
because you had
first
it
world
planned
problem.
already.
And I thought I was ahead of the game, Kyle. I was like, I'm doing good. I got this dress 2 weeks in advance, and now I'm scrambling. And I'm stressed.
Oh, no. That is kind of a...
And are you close enough with the bride where you could even ask her, like, is this too close to your wedding party? Do you think this
Don't
is
stress
cool?
the bride
No,
out
we're
with
close.
that.
I mean, we're close enough. I could text her, but I'm not going to text her the week of her wedding.
Well, because you already had one of the bridesmaids, the maid of honor,
The maid of honor. She literally was like, yeah, babe, send me some more options.
Yeah, she speaks for the bride at that point.
Okay, what if she just goes, why don't you just not come?
I think she also
I'd be like,
wants me there.
thank you.
You're like,
We'll
I'm
be
wearing
each
this dress
other's moral
somewhere.
Support.
Here's a text, the 623 number. I wanted to concur with the person who said Rich sounds a lot like Santa as the Easter Bunny. True. Some moments more so than others. Kyle may have to be the Easter Bunny with all her good accents. That's not bad.
Oh, my gosh.
You can be the Easter Bunny with like your little lisp.
I feel like our Easter Bunny is perfect.
Okay, but what would the Easter Bunny sound with your lisp?
With my lisp? Happy Easter! I don't think the Easter Bunny sounds like that.
480 number, love you all. Can't start my mornings without you. Check this out. Somebody texted and said that the show was cutting out on the iHeart app.
Uh-oh.
And I said to Nick, I go, can you get them? They just texted, can you get them on? Let's talk about it. I want to see what's working, what's not working. And this person texted, goes, Nick just called me to ask me about how the audio went off on the iHeart app. I got so happy I thought I won $1,000 for Diamondback tickets. As I really could use the money for unexpected expenses. But Diamondback tickets would be amazing. Why don't you, let's give them Diamondback tickets. Do we have, yeah. You want to call back, though? Let them know. I don't want, they're listening to podcasts later.
They probably can't
Patch
hear
her
it.
through. Patch her through.
Since we're cutting out.
Too bad. You won.
You would have had a lot of fun at that game.
Good morning, all. Peyton, I have to agree with Peyton. Unfortunately, you should not wear your green dress to the wedding because it's shades of green. Wear it to the next wedding, or you can do spring pictures. Somebody else says wear mauve.
Mauve.
What color even is that?
Like a purpley reddish almost, right?
Remember when I was talking about first dates and hiking is an activity with first dates? It was in Sex Snacks. This person's commenting on that. They said, hey, maybe it's just me, but who goes hiking on a first date all alone with a stranger, just setting yourself up for an axe murderer vibes? No, thank you.
That's a good
I'll
point.
stick with crowded places for a first date.
Haven't we done a second date update where the girl like out hiked the guy and he was all embarrassed? I feel like that happened to us not that long ago.
Probably.
There's another text, 520 number. It's from Hannah from Gilbert. I just want to give big thanks for the people. It's so nice to listen and laugh and not hear all the political arguments and traditional news. Keep bringing smiles and positivity. Love you all.
That's nice.
We are definitely not traditional news.
John, Jane, Rich, the show went out on the iHeart app. I hope it's back. Can you tell Peyton to please check her TikTok message request? I sent her a funny TikTok of a dentist video a while ago from Maryland.
I'll go check it out.
Whatever happened to Stu? I miss hearing Stu Pedasso. You should bring him back again. The world needs more Stu Pedasso.
love Stu.
I don't know if I've ever met Stu.
Oh, Stu's hilarious.
I'm wondering why your podcast is not on YouTube. I listen to every show, but I'd love to see it. It is on YouTube.
Every day. Grant
Yeah.
works so hard on putting basically all the clips from the show together onto the YouTube channel. And then you can watch us live, too, on Instagram and stuff.
Yeah, so you go to the YouTube, search John Jay and Rich, right?
You can now listen to our podcast through the app. There's 1,000 or so episodes. It took me a while, but it's up.
You can listen to
On YouTube?
On YouTube, because some people do prefer YouTube over other apps because, there are some perks. It's pretty great. So, yeah, if you want to listen to podcasts, there's a whole playlist of, like, the 1,000 most recent clips.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
Very cool. Is it Shar or Shar? What's your name?
It's Shar.
Shar. So you're the person that texted that the radio show was cutting out?
Yes, earlier this morning.
So on the iHeart app or on the radio station?
On the iHeart app.
Is it back?
Yeah, it's back.
Did you hear me read your text?
Yes.
Okay, so you want Diamondbacks tickets?
I sure do.
Okay, there, we'll set you up. We'll set you up.
See there? Oh, her phone's cutting
He's
out.
cutting out.
She's just like our app.
I'm here.
Oh.
Okay, so we'll set you up with 4 tickets to the Diamondbacks.
Yes, thank you.
You got it. Thanks for listening. Thanks for texting us.
Thank you. Yep.
All right, hold on the line. We'll get all your info. See, that's what happens when you text us. It's good stuff. Peyton, tell us about that event you hosted.
Oh my gosh, it was so cool. So my sister had texted me. She was like, I need a favor from you. And she was like, I know it's really late and you have to be up super early, but please come through for me. She had texted me that one of her friends was coming into town, and I guess she throws these speed dating events. And her host backed out on her, and she was like, can you please host the speed dating event for my friend? I was like, a speed dating event like in Scottsdale? Like, okay, sure, that's not happening. Like, all right, I'll go and host your little event. Let's see how this goes. You guys, there was like 80 people at this speed dating event.
Dang.
No phones in sight. People just connecting. You weren't allowed to exchange numbers or Instagram.
Like you're not allowed to bring your phone?
You can bring your phone.
What
yeah.
happens if you end up liking someone and you want to
So you
further
circle-
the conversation?
So you circle their name, and they turn in the papers at the end of the speed dating event, and then the girl, her name's Jenny, basically match makes everyone, and then reaches out to you and connects you that way.
Wait, how's it work? Is everyone
cool.
sitting?
Yeah.
Is everyone sitting and they rotate chairs?
So
Like-
it was at a restaurant, and basically, it was like, it's like what you would think speed dating would be. It was like if I'm looking at Kyle right here and John Jay and Rich, you guys are on a date, me and Kyle are on a date, and I say switch, then Rich would move over to Kyle, and then I would move over to the next person, and it moved like a snake.
And you're taking notes as you said papers.
As you're talking, yeah, they had papers,
So you
physical
got-
papers and pens, and as they're talking to them, they would write notes about
That's
them.
kinda cool.
And
That'd
then
be so weird.
at the end of it, I would be like, okay, time's up. If you like your date, make sure that you circle their name.
I'd be all like,
Move on to the next.
What do you say? If you're one of those people that talks out like, big nose. What did you say about me? What did you say?
It was actually so cool. There were so many, like a diverse mix of people and like cultures and ages. It was seriously so awesome to be able to see people connecting in that way.
Could you see when they totally didn't connect too? Like
You
when you
know
would sit
what?
down and there was like, ooh, okay.
Yeah, there was a few, but I gotta say, like, I felt like the conversations were flowing no matter what. Like, it wasn't like, even if there wasn't a romantic interest, people were still connecting. And it was so fun and so cool to just watch, especially because I've been out of the dating game for so long. So it's like, what is going on over here? This is awesome. It was so cool. Highly recommended. If you have a speed dating event and you're trying to get out there, go do it.
That's cool. I like that.
I feel like the anxiety to be a guy, or like for me, I feel like people walk by and just go pass and keep going to the next
No.
person. You can't. I'm sitting there like in the band, like in the booth all by myself. Pass.
No. It was funny. It was actually funny because there was this one guy in specific, because I would be asking around because there was more girls than there was guys, so there was like girls waiting in the queue. So I was like, "Ooh, let me see your paper. Like, what are you talking about?" And apparently there was this one guy that everybody was into, and so at the end I was like, "Okay, time's up. Speed dating. If there's anyone that you guys still want to connect with, you can go and find them." When I tell you guys, there was like 30 women that ran to this man.
Oh, geez.
I was
Really?
like, okay. I was like, that.
What did they like about him? What was the draw?
I think he was just handsome,
Oh.
tall, dark, and handsome.
Okay.
Is this a weekly thing? Like, how can we get involved? Let's bring him in.
Honestly, I don't know him. I don't know.
He's
I
gone
don't know
now.
anyone. He's long gone now. But
I mean, the
think-
next time you got to get that number and hey, all these girls wanted this guy. We
I
bring him in.
guess so. I just feel like we should do a John Jane Rich speed
Oh,
date.
yeah, that sounds
What restaurant
fun.
was it?
Like how fun. It's called Well Seasoned. It's like right next to that 1111 nightclub, like out in Scottsdale. But it was at like a little restaurant. You've definitely never been there.
Well seasoned, the restaurant came well seasoned. No,
You've definitely never been there.
no, it's out of my bubble. It's very rare for me to go.
Yeah.
It's
But-
beyond three blocks from you. So,
So, did you have a microphone like your host? Wow.
Yeah. I had a
That's
microphone.
fun.
It was so fun. It
I
was
mean,
so cool.
I'd like to watch that as a TV show too. You should film it next
Oh,
time
yeah.
too.
Well, and that's what she was telling me. She was like, a lot of people, she's like, because that the balloon show came out. She's like, I guess a lot of people have been like, hey, you should turn this into a TV show. And I was like, I'm your girl, just so you know.
There is something too, because
Host.
like
Hello.
when you watch Love Is Blind, it's cool because you can't see each other, but it takes too long to form the chemistry.
Yeah.
This is like you can see if it's instantly popping or not.
And I'm all in the back, like, ladies, make sure you ask him his zodiac sign. Like,
Yeah.
that is important.
It'd be cool to go and
So,
watch. Yeah, you should see if we
it
can.
was
Speaking of, you said you wanted to host a TV show. Sarah's got a question for you. Hey, Sarah.
Hi, I have a question for Peyton.
Go ahead.
Peyton, I know you said you went on a game show. What's the name of the game show again? And when does it air?
Yeah, we were on the game show, my family and I. It's called The Quiz with Balls, and it's hosted by Jay Farrow. I think you can watch season 1 on Hulu. I sent a text to the producers. I was like, hey, when is this episode going to drop? And they said that they would let me know soon, but I think it'll drop in the summer. June, July is kind of what the vibe I'm getting.
That's so exciting.
I'll let you guys
I love
know.
that you guys did that.
It's awesome. I'm so pumped.
Awesome. Thank you so much. You guys have a good day. Okay?
You too.
Bye.
Thank
Sarah.
you.